What's up, man? It's your big brother K Reno. I want to shout out to my homie Kofi from Kofi's Universe. Y'all make sure to subscribe to his channel and support everything he got going on because he be dropping that knowledge. Yeah!
That's true, but again, Bleak's response was, "I don't. That's cool." You know, to me, enabling someone, a man taking care of another man, that's enabling. But pause. Homeboy is cold. He doesn't look out for nobody. That's why I said, despite that, Bleak is still so loyal because he understands he still gets a lot of opportunities from him. He's just not, he's not going to enable him. So I respect that. But for me, he also said something like, he said some slick shit about me, but I didn't be offended. His perspective is different from mine. No man's hand is feeding me. I'm not biting or putting no fingers in my mouth. Pause. I'm the man whose hand they bite. You understand what I'm saying? So I never needed to be nice to Jay. The problem is they just keep with me. So they got guys like Charlemagne, it seems like, just continuously for like the last 10 years, discrediting everything that I do. And they're in front of a lot of people. But I think if there wasn't any of that shit and I was allowed to put out my ventures without all this scrutiny and it was looked at positively, it would do a lot better, which is why before I put all these things out, I got to get all the people that have been obstructing you can f with me, but I'm not going to let you f with my family business, my family office. You can't. I gotta fight because that's in front of my kids. It's for Dusko, it's for Boogie, it's for Lucky, it's for Ava and Tallulah. I'm fighting for them right now. It's for Rocky.
How do you
YouTube salute. Dame Dash appeared on Cam Capone News podcast. Talked about Jay-Z not looking out for his artists and also why he hasn't asked Jay-Z for any help because he doesn't want people to think that he's weak. Let's talk about it. If you're new to my channel, thumbs up the video, hit that sub button, click that bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live. If I was Jay-Z and Dame Dash asked for my help, I wouldn't help him, especially after all the shit Dame said about me. I don't care if I had all the money in the world. Once you disrespect me as a human being, a man, and even though if Jay-Z really did some of the shit Dame said, I'm just hypothetically speaking right now, and you threw me out there, once you cross that line, I ain't effing with you no more. That's just me. Like when I was married, right? I walked away from my marriage like, okay, it is what it is. Everybody has their side of the story. There's stuff on my side that people might not want to believe, and that's fine. And there's things about my ex-wife she probably said people did believe. But once I started to see the lies, like, oh, this happened, he did this and that, I'm like, oh, for real? That's how it is? Okay, no problem. Then all this other stuff, showed up, and then now it's like, years later, oh, we can't be friends. We're not going to be friends, if that makes sense. Like, no, you said what you said, stand on your square, stand on that. That's how I get down and that's how I move. Because if you feel a certain way about me, you should never come back you should never come back begging for help. Because my thing is that's like the weakest thing you can do. I mean, that's probably your karma too. But as far as Dame accusing Jay-Z of selfishly not helping Roc-A-Fella artists, I can see that because think about it. A lot of artists Dame signed, that's Dame's. Those were Dame projects. Like, okay, Dame wanted certain people over there. Jay-Z, he wanted Bleak. Don't get me wrong, he did want Bleak. Um, Jay-Z wanted Beanie Siegel, you know. So you would think Jay would have pushed Beans a little bit more, but that's a story for another day. Did Jay want Freeway? I think that was more like Dame and Jay. If I want to believe, but Freeway did go with Jay when they split. The Young Guns was more like a even sign of Dame and Jay both wanted them. Petey Crack, Oskino Sparks brought Petey Crack, so that was more like Dame, coming over to the Petey coming over to Roc-A-Fella. MOP was Jay-Z. That wasn't more of a Dame Dash sign. Nori was more Dame. That wasn't a Jay-Z. You know, and you got artists like Rel. You got who was that young guy? It was like a young kid, black guy. Dang, I can't remember his name. I used to have this big old Roc-A-Fella poster of all the albums I was gonna be coming out, but I can't think of his name right now. But Jay-Z, like he people can say, oh, he featured state property on the gift and the curse, the blueprint 2. You know, he did stuff with Freeway for his album, for Benny Siegel with his album, with the Young Guns for their album. You know, the Paid in Full soundtrack, Kanye West. Um, okay, yeah, he did jump on those tracks. I'm not saying he didn't help out, but like, did he really push the artist? Did he really say, we're gonna get behind this artist? I want them to go platinum. Not necessarily. You know what I'm saying? I mean, did Jay ever want certain artists to be bigger than him? I don't think so. I mean, Kanye West reached that level without a Jay-Z push. Think about that. Kanye did reach that level. Beanie Siegel had a chance to go platinum. Yes, his ties with the law and getting in trouble on the streets kind of thwarted his success, but Jay had a chance to kind of help him. So I can see that 50-50, but at the same time, though, Jay was only looking out for himself as he should. But at the same time, if you own the company, you need to push your artists. But that was more Dame's side, and that's what Dame wanted to do. But y'all let me know what you think. Do you think Jay-Z was selfish enough not to actually help the Roc-A-Fella artists? I know he helped artists post Roc-A-Fella on Rock Nation, Def Jam, and all other things. But you let me know what you think. Post your comments below. Post smash Black Panther the like button. Subscribe to my channel. Click the bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live.